Hey guys, and welcome to another class. In today's video we're going to focus on lower body mobility. It's going to be a class working from your toes till your ankles all the way up into your hips, using a variety of techniques like soft tissue work, loaded stretching, static stretching, and all things that are going to help you expand and improve the control you have over the range of motion of the lower part of your body. At the end of this video, only if you find the content useful, please hit that like button and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Help me spread the word about good quality movement in an industry that unfortunately is oftentimes full of misinformation, and with your help I shall make it better. Alright, we're going to begin by using a wooden stick. Now we're going to roll the base, the sole of our feet, really releasing all the tension along our plantar fascia, and it's basically rolling and releasing all the ligaments and the musculature from the heel all the way up to your toes. If you don't have a wooden stick, just use a tennis ball, a lacrosse ball, you can use a bottle of water, you can use a frozen beer. Just use something that you put on the ground and you can roll your foot from your toes to your heel and then you go backwards. So we're gonna complete 10 full rolls. So you wanna start with your toes on top of the stick. You take a breath in. You lean on the stick. As you breathe out, you want to apply pressure and roll all the way towards your heel and then rolling it back towards the toes. So that's one, nice and slow. We go all the way for 10. Now this is going to definitely improve blood flow. Now a lot of us accumulate a lot of tension at the base of the foot, and all the muscles and the tissue in that area becomes very tight and stiff and at times even sore. So this exercise is brilliant to really release this area. And if you find a particular tender area, instead of rolling back and forth, you might want to stop there and breathe through it for 20 seconds, really leaning with your body weight on it and trying to loosen that up. So we just roll 2 more times. And last one. Perfect. And we're gonna move the stick over to go over our left foot. So you start from your toes, lean over the stick, going forward and going back. So as always, if you feel that you have a little bit of tightness or tenderness in a specific spot, feel free to pause the video and just lean with your body weight on top of that area and really let the tissue release and improve its quality through breathing and the pressure provided by the stick. I've done 6, we're just gonna go for 4 more. Be aware of your breathing. Inhale going forward, exhale going back, inhale going forward, exhale going back. Let's go for 2 more. Last one. And we're done with our stick. We're going to move up onto our toes. So all you really have to do, guys, is press the 4 toes down on the floor and lift the big toe as much as you can. And then press the big toe down and lift it back up 4 more times. So 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5, try to lift for more, find the end and lift a little bit more for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you can bring your big toes down and we go for the 4 toes. So press the big toe down, lift the 4 toes up as much as you can, tap the floor, lift back up 4 more times. So 1, down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, last one, down, and 5. Now the next exercise, we're going to lift all the toes, but the intention is to lift and spread. Now you can do this from standing, or if you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, you want to go in a squatting position, blocking your hands just like that, just finding the bottom of this position, keeping your chest nice and tall, and then from here you want to lean on your heels, lift all the toes and spread them as much away from each other as possible, and then release. And we go for just 4 more. So lift and spread, 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 and release. And that's 2, 3 more to go. Keep your chest up, lift the toes, spread, 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 and release. 2 more. Lift the toes, spread, spread, spread more, and release. Last one. Lift, spread, find the end of this spread and fight for more for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the toes on the floor and come back up. Now again, if the squat was too hard, just do it from a standing position. It's totally fine. From the toes, we're gonna go up into our ankles. All right, all you have to do is balance on your left leg, bring the right leg in front. We're gonna complete 3 smooth, big ankle circles. Start by pointing your foot as much as you can. This is called plantar flexion. We're gonna pronate now. Outside part of the foot comes towards you. Dorsiflex. Your toes come towards yourself, really cramping to that front shin muscle. Now supinate, inside of the foot comes towards you. Go back to your point foot, plantar flex as much as you can. We go for 2 more. Pronation, dorsiflex, supinate as much as you can. Point, it's number 2, last one. Pronate, dorsiflex, supinate, point as much as you can, reverse it. Supinate, dorsiflex, pronate, and point. That's 1. Supinate, dorsiflex, pronate, and point. Number 2, last one, supinate, dorsiflex, pronate, point as much as you can, relax. Balance on the right, bring the left in front. Start by pointing your foot as much as you can. We go pronation, outside of the foot comes towards you. Dorsiflex, toes coming towards your face. Supinate, inside part of the foot comes in. And now from the supination, you want to go into a full plantar flex. Pronate, dorsiflex, supinate, point. Number 2, just 1 more in this direction. Pronate as much as you can. Dorsiflex, really bring those toes towards you. Supinate and point. Reverse it. Supinate, dorsiflex, pronate, point as much as possible. Supinate, dorsiflex as much as you can. Pronate and plantar flex. We just do 1 more, guys. Really supinate that foot, bring the inside part towards you. Now dorsiflex, really cramp up to those front shin muscles. Now pronate, point your foot and relax. We're going to do the same exact thing from a closed kinetic chain. So it means to basically block your feet down to the floor and repeat the same circular motion. You're gonna go into a pronation lifting the outer sides of the foot towards you, and then from here, bring the knees as much forward into a dorsiflex you possibly can. Pass through the center. Now lift the inner part of your feet, supinating the foot, and then bring yourself back into the beginning. That's one. We go for two more. So pronate, outer sides of the feet lift, dorsiflex as much as you can, pass through the middle, supinate, 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 and fight for more. Bring it back. We just go for one more. Big pronation, big dorsiflexion, pass through the middle, find those limits, try to expand, supinate without lifting the heel, and bring it back. Okay, reverse it. Supinate first, send those knees forward, keeping the supination for as long as you can. When you cannot go forward anymore, pass through the middle, and now pronate. Lift the outer edges of your feet and bring it back. That's one. We go for two more. Supinate. Bring those knees forward, as far forward as you can. No need to bend forward, just from your knees. Find the end, pass through the middle, pronate the feet, bring it back. Number two, last one. Supinate. Now send the knees forward into the maximum dorsiflexion you can. Pass through the middle. Big, big, big pronation. Outer sides of the feet lift, and you are done. We're gonna stretch the Achilles tendon now with the help of the wall. All right, guys, remember, intention is everything. We're gonna use the wall, but you have to find the right distance from the wall. So basically, you want to be able to tap your knee into the wall without lifting your heel. So start close to the wall and do a little test. So can you touch the wall without the heel lifting? If yes, move a little bit backwards and try again. So you repeat this process until you get to find your end range of motion, which is you being able to touch the wall with your knee, but your heel is really struggling to remain on the floor. It can lift 1 millimeter, but not more, guys. So you want to find this position. Once you've found it, step back with your opposite leg, bring your hand on the wall, and we're gonna go for dynamic stretching your soleus muscles, 10 wall taps. So you go knee forward, stretch, and then you wanna lean back, shift the weight on the back leg, and keep your toes on the floor while you lean back. And then we go again. 9, leaning back as far as you can, keep those toes to the floor. When the toes lift, it's time to go back into your dorsiflex. 7, back, 6, back, 5, back. You should feel these at the back of your leg, the lowest part of your calf, towards your Achilles tendon, basically. Let's go for 4 more. Try to really find this position. I'm leaning back, trying to really keep those toes on the ground. Same thing here. I'm going forward, keeping my heel on the floor. 2 more to go. Last one, back, 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 back. And now I go forward, and I'm going to bring that back leg in line with my front leg, so my hips are parallel and I'm not twisting. I can bring my chest onto the wall, so there is more force and weight acting to stretch your Achilles. And we just stay here for 10 to 15 seconds, breathing, controlling your breath, and really visualizing the back of your calf, the back of your leg lengthening. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, bring the knee away from the wall. Keep this position. You're gonna kneel down And now this is going to be a little bit harder. So walk your foot a little bit further forward and test again. Can you touch the wall without lifting your heel? You should be able to touch the wall if you step just a couple of centimeters further forward, no more. So you want to keep this challenging. And then you go 10, lean back just a little bit. We're only gonna work the dorsiflexion part on this one. 8, 7, 6, so the same thing, but from a kneeling position. 5, don't bring this back knee too far back so it becomes like a hip flexor stretch. You want to keep the back leg close to the front and just work the ability of your ankle to dorsiflex. Let's go for 3 more. 3, 2, on the last one, you're going to plant that knee against the wall. Instead of just leaning forward, I actually want you to put your elbows on top of the knee and allow gravity plus all the weight of your upper body to really press that knee further forward against that wall. And this is gonna stretch your Achilles tendon big time. You wanna hold here for 10 to 15 seconds. Really press those elbows into your knee. Don't allow the back heel to lift. And we stay for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Lean back and we repeat the same process on your right leg. Find your right distance, hold on the wall, the back leg, the left leg is behind you. You go top and bring it back. It should be challenging. So as you bring the knee forward, your heel should struggle to remain on the floor. 2, that means that you are at the edge of your range of motion. 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. The knee stays on the wall. We bring the back leg forward so the hips are parallel, the hips are square. Hold on the wall, but bring the chest completely lean forward. We stay here. Now, if you already know that your soleus muscles, your Achilles tendon is a little bit tight, and perhaps you have one side a little bit tighter than the other, feel free to pause the video and spend a little bit more time here. I'm just staying here 15 seconds. You stay 1 minute, up to 2 minutes. Because tight Achilles tendon and soleus will really restrict all the squatting and lunging movement pattern we use in everyday life. And it's really important for us to improve the mobility in this area. It's so neglected. Okay, release. Now keep the position. We're going to kneel, walk no more than 2 little steps. Test again. Can you touch the wall without lifting the heel? Barely. That's fine. We go for 10 taps. 10, 9, 8. Make sure the knee doesn't cave in, but you should keep it in line with your pinky toe or your sort of the mid foot. You don't want to go towards your big toe. 1 and 2 and 3 and last one, 4. Tap the wall with your knee. Keep the heel on the ground, both elbows on top of that thigh. Lean and apply pressure. So all this weight on top of that leg is really gonna make sure you stretch that soleus and get a little bit more flexible. We stay for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push yourself away from the wall And now that we have covered the sort of lower area of your calf, let's call it this way, we're going to release now the higher part of your calf, your gastrocnemius muscles. So all you have to do is put your elbows against your wall, step back with your left leg, but it's a big step back, and then right leg is in front. All you have to do is keep your heel down to the ground and squeeze your left bone, thrust your hips forward. So this is really going to lengthen the higher part of my calf. If you're not feeling it in the right area, what you can try to do is just bring your leg a little bit further away from you, and instead of being with your hips up here, try to really squeeze your left bone and bring your hip forward. Don't put too much weight on your right leg, the front leg. Keep it nice and light. There is more weight on your elbow. I have my stopwatch here. We're gonna stay here for a minute, but more importantly, what you want to do here is breathe. So nice and deeply inhale through the nose and really push your hip through and exhale through the mouth. You should really feel the stretch on this one. Keep that left bum nice and tight. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Try to keep the toes of the leg that is stretching pointing forward. You don't want to have them turn out. And really work the ability of your hip to go into more extension. Squeeze your bum and really open it up. One more breath, inhale. And exhale. Really working that hip going forward. Do not lift the heel, guys. Stretch it out and release. Perfect. So hopefully you felt that in the right area. We're gonna switch and go over to the other leg. Again, elbow on the wall, step back with the leg you wanna stretch. Don't step too far back, just the right amount, a big step back, and then push your hip forward. Engaging your glute, and we're gonna stay here for 1 minute, lengthening the calf. Every breath, try to really push that hip through, guys. Don't allow your heel to lift off the floor. Keep the knee locked, don't bend it. You can really visualize that calf lengthening. Two more breaths, guys. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale through the nose. And big exhale. Push your hip through. Keep the heel on the ground. Stretch it, stretch it, stretch it. And release. Perfect. Shake it off. Now we're going to combine toes and ankle flexibility in one unique exercise. Guys, the next is a tricky one. If you already know that at the bottom of a squat position right here is not very comfortable for you, please make sure you use some yoga bricks or something that brings the floor a little bit higher so you can grab and hold onto something. It can be some tall glasses, it can be some water bottles, just something that supports you and lets you do the exercise properly without putting unnecessary strain in your knees and your toes. So we're gonna start in a narrow stance, so hips width apart is fine, and you wanna squat down, bringing your hands in front. From here, you bring your hands behind you, you come up on your toes. You can hold on the bricks for the first repetitions and you try. Can you bring your knees forward, stretching your toes, tapping the floor? From this position, guys, with your knees on the floor, I want you to lean back, pull the knees up. If you can, as the body goes forward, you're gonna try to keep your heels on the ground like this. But if this is too hard, just stop here with your heels as close to the floor as possible. It's totally fine. And then you continue with your repetitions, so the body goes back, your knees go forward, toe strength controls the lowering of the knees, and then you lean back, pick up the knees, control, lean forward, and get in your squat. We go for 10 repetitions. I'm gonna use the bricks for the first 3, so you tap the floor, stretching your toes, push into the bricks, lift the knees, lean back. Forward, so the body goes back, the knees goes forward, you stretch your toes, and then you push onto the bricks, the body goes forward now, reach and put your heels on the ground. Now without the helping of the bricks, it looks like this, so control, control, with the strength of your toes. Control, control, tap, and then lean back. We go for 5 more. Tap, lean back, squat. Tap, squat. Now the goal of these is to stretch your toes, but at the same time strengthen, because toe strength is used to control this descent of your knees and not bang them on the ground, but really go nice and slow. We're gonna go for 2 more reps. Forward, control, 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 and backward. Last one, guys. Forward, control, 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 and backward, down. Okay, well done, guys. The next movement is going to be focused more on our hips. So we're gonna sit down and get into our 90-90 position. So you wanna have 90-degree angle at your knees. The hands can be behind you with your chest nice and tall. Make sure the shoulders don't round forward like so, but just keep your chest nice and open. And then with this right leg, I want you to fold in, allow your sit bones, your right sit bone to lift, and you're actually gonna fully bring your knee to the ground, keeping that back hand on the floor. That's the goal. And then open that right leg, keep that knee on the floor for as much as you can, your left one, and then roll back to the starting position. 5 times is all we need. So fold in. When you feel that pinch, allow your sit bone to lift, put that knee on the floor, put the other knee on the floor, keep your chest tall, and then open and go back to the beginning. 3 more to go. So right leg folds in, feel the pinch, lift the sit bone, coming back to center. 2 more to go. Folding in, twisting, and coming back. When you come back, keep that left knee as long as you can on the ground and then roll it back. Last one, fold in, put both knees on the ground. I want you to lift your chest and try to twist yourself towards your right leg in this case, really stretching the internal rotation of your right leg. Lift your chest, keep it nice and proud, look towards your right side for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now bring that knee up and all the way back to the starting position. The next level of this one is basically to do it no-handed. So make a lock with your hands, keep your chest nice and tall. Try to not allow your spine to round basically. And then from here, keeping the chest proud, you're gonna fold that knee in, all the way in, keep the left knee on the floor for as long as you can, open through the right leg, bring it back to the center. That's one, we go for 5. In, fold, out, come back. In, fold, out, fight for a little bit more, and come back. 2 more. In, fold, out, and come back. 1 more. In, fold, stretch with no hands towards the back leg. This is really going to target and stretch and create more internal rotation of the back leg here. And you stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Leaning back, open the knee, keep that left knee on the ground for as long as you can. Go back to neutral. Time to put the hands back and do the same process over to the left leg. The chest remains nice and tall. You fold that left leg in, go as much as you can without lifting the sit bone first. When you just cannot bring the knee further forward anymore, then fold fully, put it on the ground, put the other knee on the ground, lift your chest, really stretch out, and then come back. In, down, keep your chest tall, and then coming back. That's 2, 3 more to go. Fold in, down, lift your chest, coming back. That's 3, 2 more. And all the way back. Just 1 more, guys. Fold in, and then the chest lifts. Twist yourself towards that back foot. Really create that internal rotation stretch. Breathe for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Look away from you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now from here, open that left knee. Keep your right knee as long as you can on the ground. When you cannot open the left knee anymore, then follow through and sit on your bum. Make your lock, keep your chest tall. Same thing, no hands, left leg. Fold in, fully, fold out, fully. 1, fold in, fully, fold out. 2, fold in, fold out. 3, fold in, fold out. 4, last one, fold in. Now from here, reach both hands towards the back foot, actively engage in your oblique and try to really reach towards the back foot. Stretch that internal rotation of the left leg, and you hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now to come back, make your lock, lean back. I want you to keep the right knee on the ground. Push that right leg as far open as you can. When you cannot open it anymore, then you allow the right knee to lift and you roll back. Put your hands back in the starting position. We're gonna go from one side to the other, keeping the hands on the floor. So fold in, come back, fold in, come back, fold in, come back, fold in. 2. Total of 3 repetitions. 3 and 3. So we're moving from an internal rotation into an external rotation. Before we stretch the hips muscles, it's really important that we work the ability of our femur to rotate externally and internally. Just do one more. Coming back to center, and now we're gonna go for what I call 90-90 swaps. To make your lock, we're gonna go from one side to the other with no hands. Now it's perfectly normal to walk forward during this exercise. Don't worry about it, just do your reps. Chest hold, left leg folds in, open, right leg folds in. 1, fold in. Remember, when you come back, keep the right knee as long as you can on the ground, and then swap. Let's say this is the second we did, and then 3, 3, 4, 4. Last one. 5, and 5. Back to center, and we can move on with loaded stretching. We're going to start with loaded stretch. Left leg in front, right leg behind on your toes. This is a single leg good morning using a split stance. From this position, place the same hand of the front leg in your lower back, and then you want to go into an anterior pelvic tilt. You want to hinge forward, keeping that standing knee locked. This leg is just for balance. Get as low as you can, ideally 90-degree angle, really stretching your hamstrings. You can lean back if you want more of a stretch, and then engage in your bum with control, bring yourself up. That's 1. We just do 2 more for this variation. Anterior tilt, hinge at the hips, get as deep as you can in your hamstring stretch. Don't allow your chest to round, keep it nice and tall, hold it for 1 second, squeeze your bum, bring yourself up. That is number 2. We go for number 3, anterior tilt, hinge at the hips. You want to hold that bottom position for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze that left bun and bring yourself all the way up to the start. We're gonna switch stance. We're gonna go over to the right leg. So right leg forward, left leg behind. Start by anteriorly tilting your pelvis. So stick your bum out basically. Right hand in your lower back. Hinge. Get as deep as you can. Maintain that anterior tilt. Stretch it out. Squeeze your bum. And come up with control. That's 1, 2 more to go. Hinge. Control, 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 control. Get nice and deep. Hold it for a second. And all the way up. 2. One more, guys. Hinge. Get as deep as you can. Take your time. Hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Really sticking your chest out. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze your right bum right here. Bring yourself up with control. Now the second variation is a tiny bit harder. If this variation already stretched the hell out of your hamstrings, there's no need to increase the load. Keep using this variation. Otherwise, feel free to go with me and challenge yourself a little bit further. So left leg in front, right leg back. We are in our split stance, hands behind the head. Stick your chest out, widen the elbow. Same thing, anterior tilt. Hinge forward. Get as low as you feel that big pull in your hamstrings. Squeeze your bum, bring yourself up. Number 1, we got 2 more to go. Big hinge at the hips, keep your chest nice and long, get as deep as you can, hamstring stretch, squeeze your glutes, and all the way up. 2, this pulls much more. Last one is a 10 seconds hold. We go down, keep that anterior tilt. Even if you have to bend less forward, hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze your left bum and bring it up with control. Over to the other leg, guys. So, right leg in front, left leg behind, right and left hand behind your head. Widen the elbows. We're gonna go into our hinge, keeping the anterior tilt. Get as deep as you feel that big pull, and then with the strength of your right bum, bring yourself up. Don't go as deep maybe, guys. Just go as low as you can. Look and keep your spine straight. Stretch it for a second. Bring yourself up. Repetition number 3. 10 seconds hold. Ready? Let's get it. Hinge. Keep that anterior tilt as deep as you can. 10. 9. Don't bend forward. Keep the spine long. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze your bum and bring it all the way up. Perfect. Now the last variation is going to be keeping the arms overhead. It is a very challenging variation, guys. You should only try this if the previous variation felt really comfortable. We're going to start in our split stance. Arms overhead, chest is nice and proud. You take a big breath in. As you breathe out, hinge forward. Keep that back leg bent. Get to your stretch. Squeeze your bum. Bring yourself all the way up. 1, 2 more to go. Hinge at the hips. Press your thumbs up. Keep that back leg soft. Feel the stretch. Bring yourself all the way up. Number 2. Last one, guys. Hinge at the hips. Press the thumbs up. Get in your stretch. Hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Activating your left bum. Bring yourself all the way up in the standing position. Let's do the right leg now, guys. Right leg forward, left leg back. Remember, the weight is mostly on the front leg, okay? Bring your arms overhead. We're gonna hinge at the hips. Keep the spine long. Look forward, stretch it out, and bring it all the way up. 1. This is not only flexibility, but it's flexibility plus strength. Hinge, hinge, hinge. Get deep, get deep, get deep. And all the way up. 2. The next one is a hold. Hinge, get as low as you can. Press your thumbs up, hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze your right bum and bring it all the way up. Relax your arms and we're ready to continue with stretching for your hip flexors and quadriceps. Well done, guys, on getting this far. Those hamstring stretches are definitely no joke. For the next one, grab a pillow just to protect your knee. We're gonna place the pillow down on the floor. You're gonna put your left knee on top of the pillow just to eliminate all potential risk of strain or injury, so your knee is protected. You don't want to be completely against the wall, just a couple of centimeters away from the wall. And then the further away is from the wall, the easier it is. So if you cannot even stand up in the position, maybe adjust so you can push yourself on the right leg and you can get into this tall kneeling position right here. It should pull a little bit on your quads, but not too much. If you cannot stay here, guys, just grab a chair and hold on the chair for this one. Just ignore what I'm about to do. Otherwise, let's get going. Your front foot is further forward than your knee. That's very important. And then from here, keeping your chest tall, a posterior pelvic tilt, ribs in, we're gonna lunge forward just 3 times. So with the strength of the front leg, for now, so slowly get in a deep lunge, keep your rib cage in, squeeze the left bum, feel it for a second, squeeze your bum, bring yourself back. That's 1, 2 more to go. Okay, guys? So hinge forward. Keep your ribs in. Get that hip flexor stretch. Hold it for 1 second. Strength of your bum. Bring yourself back. Just gonna do one more. Okay? So hinge. Stay there. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Really squeezing the left bum, opening up through the hip. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze your right bum. Bring yourself back. Now, keep the posterior tilt, but lean back towards the wall. Hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna release this position, so both hands down, and then come out of the stretch. We're gonna repeat the same process going to the right leg. So, a couple of centimeters away from the wall, we lunge forward, you come all the way up. Remember, the first thing that you do is you make sure that that foot is further forward than your knee, and then rib cage in, posterior tilt, squeeze your bum with the strength of this leg, control, hinge forward, open to the right hip, hold it for a second, and then push the floor away with your left foot, bring yourself back, stretch, and then again, lunge, control, 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 hold it for a second, bring yourself back. 2, just one more, we hold 10 seconds. Down, keep your rib cage in, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, squeeze the right bum, 2, 1, push yourself back up, posterior tilt, lift your chest, lean back against the wall if you can. If this is too hard, help yourself with a chair. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both hands go down on the ground. You come out of the position and we are ready to get into level 2 of this same stretch. So let's set up with the left leg back in the position. Lunge forward with the right. We go all the way up. The right foot comes forward. And now, hands behind the head. Widen the elbows. Don't forget about your posterior tilt. Let's go. Lunge. Lift your chest. Push that left hip through. Bring yourself back. 1, 2 more to go. Lunge. Stretch it out, stretch it out, stretch it out. More. Bring yourself back. 2. Last one. Stretch it out as much as you possibly can. I want you to keep that left bum squeezed, completely active for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Fight to tilt your pelvis posteriorly more. Keep your rib cage in. Squeeze your left bum. 2, 1. Bring yourself back. Posteriorly tilt as much as possible. If you can touch the wall with your upper back, you stay here for 10. Now my lower sort of lumbar spine is tucked in. I'm arching only from my thoracic to touch the wall, but be aware that my pelvis is posteriorly tilted. You hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Amazing, guys. Getting out of the position. And we are going to repeat the same process on the right leg. So from here we set up in the stretch. Remember, the foot is further forward than the knee, hands behind the head, and down we go. Lunge, deep, deep, find the end, fight for more, and all the way up. That's 1. Lunge, down, 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 and all the way up. 2. Lunge, hold. Lift your chest, but posteriorly tilt your pelvis. Right bum is squeezed. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. You can use yoga bricks if this variation is too hard, just to hold yourself in the stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We go back against the wall, tilt your pelvis, head on the wall at least, squeeze that right bum, really opening through the hip. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Amazing, guys. Hands go down. We're ready for the level 3 straight away with no rest. The knee goes on top of the mat, the pillow actually, right leg forward. Make sure that everything is in position. Bring the arms overhead. Make sure you shrug and push out nice and tall. And let's go, guys. Deep, 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 deep. 1, push yourself back. Shrug the shoulders up and let's go. 2, and all the way back. If this is too hard, you can do the previous variation. You can just hold the stretch on a chair, maybe do a couple of rounds of it. Just do what you can, guys. 10, 9, 8, shoulders tall, squeeze the left arm. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring yourself back, and now with your fingertips, drive as high towards your wall as possible. Squeeze that left bum. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax your arms. Get out of the position. We're going to do the same on the right leg. Remember, the further the knee is from the wall, the easier it's going to be. So as you get better, bring the knees closer to the wall. Arms up, and we lunge. Lift your chest, push your right hip through. 1. Keep the balance. Down, 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 down. 2. Last one. And lunge, lift. Push your shoulders up. Shrug up, reach tall. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. In this one, you can allow your rib cage to pop out a little bit. It's fine. No need to stay closed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring yourself back. Now lean back, shrug the shoulders up. Squeeze that right bum. Try to bring your bum all the way against your heel, at least. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Big stretches. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax your hands, and we have stretched the front of our thighs. We're gonna combine everything together with an exercise that is gonna stretch ankles, hamstrings, hip flexors, as well as get our legs strong. I'm going to use the help of the bricks on my left leg, and I will show you the more advanced variation with no bricks on my right leg. Let's just start with the left. So you place the bricks on the floor in the higher setup. You're going to take a big long step forward, and you straighten the knee, and the back leg is on your toes. You should already have a little bit of problems here to maintain balance. And then from here, the chest is nice and tall. You're gonna shoot your knee forward past your toes, getting the deepest lunge you can while keeping the back leg as straight as you possibly can. And then when you cannot down anymore, you are going to touch your bricks and you're gonna forward fold, trying to put the back heel on the floor, really lifting the chest, pulling the toes actively towards yourself. You hold it for 3, for 2, for 1. Walk forward with the bricks back into the deepest lunge you can. Really push that knee forward without lifting the heel. Stick your chest out, squeeze your bum, bring yourself up into the balance. Control number 2. So we go down in the deepest lunge you can. Shoot at knee forward. Keep your chest tall, straighten the back leg. When you cannot get deep anymore, touch your bricks, forward fold. Keep your chest tall. The back heel goes on the floor as well. We hold. 3, 2, 1. Again, down in the lunge. Lift your chest up into the balance. That's number 2. We just do one more. So down in the split squat, fighting for more at the bottom, touching the bricks, bringing ourselves back, and we hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forward in our lunge position. Lift that chest, push the knee forward, find the balance, coming up, and then hop forward with the back leg. We do the same thing on the other side. So big step forward with the right leg. We're not gonna use the bricks on this side. The knee is straight, chest is tall. Descend in the deepest split squat you can, and then touch the floor. Going back, we stay here. 4, 3, 4, 2, 4, 1. Back in the lunge, the chest rises, shoot your knee forward, come up, but maintain control. Again, down, shoot that knee forward, lift your chest, hands on the ground, going back, pulling the toes towards you, using your tibialis anterior. 3, 2, 1, down in the lunge and back up. Number 3, guys, lunge, fold back, stick your chest out, try to straighten the spine, not round, but lengthen. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back in the lunge position. Very deep, very deep, very deep, very deep. Coming up into the balance. Hop forward. We go for the hard level 2, harder variation. Left leg forward. So when I use the bricks, get in your split stance, hands behind the head, lengthen through the chest, shoot the knee forward. This part is very important. You want to maximize that dorsiflexion while keeping the back leg straight. When you cannot get deep anymore, bricks and going back. And now from here, we hold for 3. Maybe you get a little bit looser, you can lower the bricks. 2, 1. Try to square your hips, so don't open, but really roll that back hip in. Square the hips. Back into your lunge. Before you come up, remember, hands behind the head, up into the balance, and back we go. Down, 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 down. Fight for more, fight for more, fight for more. Bricks, back. 3, 2, 1. Lunge position. Up into the balance. Last one, guys. Don't give up. Fight for more. The knee goes forward. Stretch your ankle, stretch the back hip, widen the elbows. Going back. Maybe on this one, make the bricks a little bit lower. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lunge, hands up, whoop, lunge, other leg, no bricks. So right leg steps forward, maintain the balance, hands behind the head, lunge, shoot that knee forward, guys. Hands on the floor, going back. 3, 2, 1, and 1. Down, keep the balance, down on the floor, going back, 3, 2, 1, and up, last one, down, dip, 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 dip. You never want to rush into this exercise, guys. Really wanna find the end, fight for more, going nice and slow, build strength through a controlled execution. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We go back into the lunge. You find the balance, hands behind the head, squeeze your bum, really engage, bring yourself into the balance, and hop forward. Okay, last and the hardest variation, level 3. Let's set up the bricks here. So we're gonna take a big step forward with the left leg. Chest is tall, bring the arms fully overhead, shrug the shoulders up, covering the ears, and we go. Knee forward, stretch, lift your chest, hands on the bricks, going back. Hold, 3, 2, 1, and now before we go down, we add a little twist, hold, and come back. Now, forward into the lunge, arms go overhead, bring yourself up, balance, number 2, down, push the shoulders up, lift your chest, shoot your knee forward, back, 3, 2, 1, weight goes on the right arm, open up, back into the bricks, down, arms go overhead, up and control. Last one, down into the lunge, as steep as you can, guys. Control, hands on the bricks, going back. Hold, 10, 9, 8, 7. Pull the toes towards you, don't forget. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, weight goes to the right arm. Twist, keep your chest long. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands on the bricks. Go back into the lunge. Steep as we can. Arms overhead. Strong left bum. Bring yourself into the balance. Control every part of it. Step forward. And we repeat on the other side with no bricks. Stepping forward with the right leg. Chest is nice and tall. Arms overhead. You want to elevate, protract, externally rotate your arms. Deep into the get into the deepest split squat you can. Hands to the ground. Lower. 3, 2, 1. Little twist. 3. Keep your chest long. 2, 1. Bring yourself down on the ground. Back into your lunge. Arms overhead. Up into the balance. We want strength and flexibility. Both. Down, back, and twist. Strength alone, guys, it's useless. Flexibility alone, it's useless. We definitely want to build both. And coming up, last one, really protract, externally rotate, elevate, get into the deepest split squat that you can. Shoot that knee forward, hold it for a second, hands down on the ground, bring yourself back, put the back heel on the ground, remember, hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we twist, keep breathing through it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand goes down, back into your lunge. Hands go overhead. Push yourself up into the balance. Hop forward. Well done, guys. Okay, shake it off. We're going to continue with one more loaded stretch series, and then I promise we're going to finish with some beautiful passive stretching techniques. We begin with feet together. We're gonna pivot on the toes, stepping to the outside with your heels. Now pivot with on your heels, step outside with your toes. So that's 2. Pivot on your toes, step outside with your heels. That's 3. Pivot on your heels, step outside with your toes. That's 4. We just do one more. Pivot on your toes, step outside with your heels until heels and toes are pretty much together. But for this variation, keep the heels there and just widen your toes a tiny bit. Doesn't have to be too much. Just turn out slightly. Now, from this position, you're gonna try to keep your chest nice and tall. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, you're gonna begin to squat down, sending your hands forward. See how deep you can go. You should be able to really get deep enough to feel a nice stretch in your hips. Don't allow your knees to cave in. Push them out. Feel the stretch. Fight for more. Squeeze your glutes and coming up. That's 1. We do 4 more. Down you go. Stretch your arms forward. Find the end. Stretch it a little bit further. Squeeze your bum. Come all the way up. That is number 2. 3 more. Down, down, down. Control. Keep your knees above the ankles. As deep as you can. Don't bend forward. Keep your chest tall. Push your hips forward and then all the way up. 3. 2 more. Stretch your hands forward. Push the knees out. Keep proper form. Find the end. Fight for a little bit more. And all the way up. 4. Now on the next one, we're gonna stay there for 10 seconds, okay? So stretch your arms in front. Get as deep as you can. Keep your chest long. Stretch it out, guys. 10. 9, really let gravity do its job, but you push those knees out, engaging your glute. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze your bum, bring yourself up with control, and you can close your stance real quick while I explain the next one. So instead of going down in the middle now, we're gonna go down on one side. So you get into the same stance as before, and you go single leg. Now, the foot positioning doesn't change, and you only wanna get as deep as your back doesn't round. So some people, you get to a certain point where you get here. So some people, you round your back, you allow your spine to compensate. Even if you can sit down on the floor like this, it doesn't really matter because it's all coming from that rounding of the spine. So you want to keep it as honest as possible and only go down as low as your mobility allows. So you go down like this, keep your chest tall, and as low as you can. I could go lower if I round, but I keep it honest. My foot doesn't move, it's all on my inner thigh. Hands forward, and you come up. Okay? So we set up again, feet together, pivot on the toes, heels out 1, toes out 2, heels out 3, toes out 4, heels out 5, toes out, keeping the heels there. Okay, this is the stance, more or less. If you have to widen it or shorten it, once you do one lunge, you will already know the feet doesn't move, they stay turned out slightly, hands in front. We go 5 times to the left. Ready? Let's go. Down, 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 down. Keep your chest tall, nice and deep, all the way up. 1. Really lengthening the inner thigh while strengthening your left glutes leg. That's number 2. Chest nice and tall. Down, 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 and all the way up. 3. Don't give up, guys. This is hard work, I know. It's gonna make you stronger, but more importantly, more flexible. 4. Let's do 2 more. And all the way up. Last one. We go down, you stay there. Nothing moves. Keep your chest tall. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring yourself up with control. We're gonna go over to the other side. Don't give up, okay? Hands in front. Shoot that knee forward and out. Don't let it cave in. Sink in the stretch. Deep, 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 deep. Coming up. 1. Down, 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 down. Chest is always tall, remember? All the way up. 2. Down, 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 down. And all the way up. 3. 2 more to go. Control, control, control. And all the way up. Let's do 2 more, as we did on the other leg. Down, 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 down. And all the way up. Last one, get deep, stay. 10. 9. Don't shrug the shoulders up, keep them down, keep your upper back engaged. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring yourself all the way up, and we're gonna go toes in, heels in, toes in, heels in. Shake it off. Last variation, guys, is going to be never going up into the full standing position, but staying low in our squat and transferring from the left leg to the right leg, back and forth, 5 total times. Let's get it. Heels, toes, heels, toes, heels, toes. Turn out. Chest is tall. Big breath in. Breathe out. Sumo squat, horse stance, whatever you want to call this. Hands in front. Gonna lean over to one side. Shoot your bum back. Stretch. Now, instead of coming up, stay low on the other side and sink. 1. Stay low on the other side. 2. Stay low on the other side. 2. Very low, very low, very low. Other side. 3. Even lower, or even lower. 3. 2 more. Nice and slow. Control. Own this bottom position. 4. And 4. Last one. And 5. And 5. Now don't give up. Come back to center. Sink a little bit deeper. Keep your chest tall. And coming up. Toes, heels, toes, heels, toes, heels. Shake it off. And we're ready for the stretching part of the class. Alright, now that all the active strength and flexibility stuff is done, it's time to use our passive stretching, our static stretching, to even get more benefits out of this session. So all you have to do is grab your bricks as usual and step forward with your right leg. You want to make sure the leg is completely straight, and you want to make sure that your hip is stacked on top of the knee, if not a little bit further forward, okay? And then from here, you want to start with your chest nice and tall. Make sure that your hip is stacked, and then hold on onto your bricks, pull the toes towards you, and we're just going to breathe deeply 90 seconds here in the position. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. If you feel it only at the back of the knee, try to bend the knee slightly and arch the lower back. Really pull those toes towards you. Relax your head, really breathe. If you want even more of a stretch, then straighten the knee, you can lower the bricks. And also guys, if you are tight in your hamstrings area, you can check out my full guide on how to properly stretch your hamstrings, and I will put the link in the description down below so you can check that out and get even more gains out of your training. In this guide I explain positioning, pelvic tilts, all the exercises we did even before, the single leg good morning. I covered that in the guide as well, so make sure you check that out and get all useful information that are just going to make your training better. 3 more breaths, nice and deep. Every exhale we try to get deeper, okay? So chest to the toes. Inhale, exhale. Walk the hands forward, give it 2 more breaths. Inhale, exhale. You can round fully the spine, tuck the head in. 1 more breath, guys. Relax everything, big breath in, and stretch it out. Now bring both hands over to the left, and you're going to swing that leg back in the starting position. We'll repeat the same stretch on the other side. Use your breath to help you get a little bit deeper in this stretch. Really, instead of rounding to the opposite arch, stick your chest out. If you feel no stretch at all, lower the bricks. You can go fully flat here. I'm feeling a good stretch, so I'm just gonna keep it very honest, and I'm gonna stretch it in this position. Chest is always tall. Think about really lengthening through the crown of your head for most of the stretch, and then towards the end we can collapse and round. Once this area starts to really release, then you can get rid of your bricks and go on your fingertips. Then eventually, last 2 breaths, we can round the spine, relax your head, but keep pulling the toes towards you. We're gonna go for a nice rounded back hamstring stretch for 2 full breaths. 1. 2. Walk both hands over to the right side and swing that leg back to the starting position. The next passive stretch is going to be a standing pancake stretch. So big split stance right here, and then from here all you have to do is fold forward. Make sure you have a good grip on the floor, so perhaps use a mat. Don't be like me. And then time is up. Cross your elbows, and then with your weight distribution here, guys, you want to make sure the weight is back towards your heels, is not forward towards your toes. A good goal to have here, guys, is to be able to keep the weight on the heels and maybe touch your head to the floor, but without bringing the weight to your toes. So keep the weight backwards on your heels. Don't widen the leg too much on this one, guys, otherwise the stretch gets into your inner thighs, but you want it to be in your hamstrings area. And then from here, what you can do is walk both hands towards one leg, really grab that leg, and you can squat down on the other leg. So just a slight bend at the knee. You don't have to bend it too much. Just a slight bend. And then you want to go dynamically. So straighten and bend. 5. Straighten and bend. 4. Straighten and bend. 3. Straighten and bend. 2. Straighten and bend. 1. Walk your hands back to center. Adjust your stance if you have to. We're gonna walk over to the other leg. This is gonna stretch your lats as well. Find the position and then little bend at the knee. And then you wanna work this dynamically. So straighten, slowly bend. 5. Straighten, slowly bend. 4. Straighten, slowly bend. 3. Straighten, slowly bend. 2. Last one. Straighten and slowly bend. 5. Beautiful. The hands go back to center. You can come up on your fingertips or you can use yoga bricks. It's fine. And then from here, we're gonna go for some rotation. So big breath in, opening the left, breathe out, coming down. And we just do 2 more on each side. So breathe in, open, 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 and breathe out, coming down. And then same side, breathe in, keep your chest long, twist, and breathe out, coming down. Repeating on the other leg. So keep your left arm nice and strong in the middle. Big breath in, twist, and big breath out. I'm getting some nice pops there in my spine, guys. Twist, 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 twist. And breathe out. Down. I don't know if you can hear them, but they are pretty impressive. Pretty loud. Twist, twist, twist. And slowly bring it down. Now you want to round and then inhale into a flat back. 1. Round. And then inhale into a flat back. 2. Last one. Round. And then inhale into a flat back. 3. Keep the position and you want to walk your toes in. Heels in, toes in, heels in, until you're able to fully squat down. Really finding your new hip mobility should be really improved after all this work. And you can go on all fours. We're gonna move the spine. After all these forward flexion exercises, it's very good that we extend a tiny bit. So as you breathe out, I want you to go into a full flexion and then start from the tailbone, go all the way up into your head. So breathe in, breathe out. Tailbone arches, middle back arches, upper back, higher upper back, and then the head lifts. So it's sort of a segmental cat and cow, one vertebra at a time. Breathe in, breathe out. Tuck your tailbone under while keeping the rest extended. And then lower back is done, and middle back. And then upper back. And then tuck everything in. And now we do one more in the opposite direction. So take a breath in as you breathe out. Head lifts. Keep your tailbone tucked, but drop the upper back. Extend the upper back. Middle back. And then tailbone eventually gives up and arches as well. Take a breath in as you breathe out from the head. So head, upper back, middle back, lower back, tuck your tailbone, and release. Perfect. You're gonna lower yourself all the way down on the ground, on your fingertips, and then engaging your upper back. The first half of the movement, you do it without helping with your hands. So with the strength of your spine, and then give it yourself a little help. Push yourself all the way up. Allow your hips to lift. Doesn't matter. Lift your chin up. And then with the strength of your arms, slowly bring yourself down. We just do 2 more. So breathe in, use your spine muscles. Breathe out, use your arm muscles. All the way up. And bring it down. Last one. Head lifts, chest lifts, push, big throat lengthening, so send the chin up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pike at the hips, and this is it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you do this routine twice a week, your lower body mobility is going to skyrocket, and all things like squatting, lunging, all those functional patterns that we use in everyday lives are going to be much better. You can trust me on that. Oh, and remember guys, if you enjoyed the content of the class and you find it useful, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, maybe share the content of this video with a friend who needs more lower body mobility, and help me spread good information in the world of movement. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next episode.